Salute everyone. Welcome to Switching Lanes with Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Oh, everyone's had a blessed hump day. Please don't forget to hit that like button as you come in or pass by. Turn on your notification bell and share the live. Riders, you can help me reach my YouTube incentive goal of 5 by purchasing a super sticker or a super chat. It helps the channel build and grow. And it helps me also keep bringing awareness to these names of these cases. Please say hello to your neighbor as you come in, and thanks, riders, in advance. For that, make everybody feel welcome and comfortable. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Hey, Jamie, sister. Salute Shankarai. He said, Jamie, thanks for helping me win the award for the best hot dogs. My taco gang did fall off now. And I was gonna say something to y'all behind the scenes, but y'all, my taco gang, okay, Jamie's back, but taco gang has fell off. What's going on, ladies? Hey sis, hey sister Flay, hey my love, hey bookies. What's going on, Lees? Man, whew, I told you every time you're on one case, you find another, and you find another one. And Top Flight definitely was like, this is a case. Done 10. And I just, she keeps me up with stories. So I said, this week I'm knocking stories out. Subscribers suggested Madeline Soto, which captivated the audience. So I know they know the story. So I'm going to keep her story going. But this story was different. Because this wasn't a woman not, hey, Allison, not having her guard up, watching red flags. This story hit different because it was a father. And usually we're talking to our women about, hey, Nika. Usually we're talking to the ladies about, you know, what we bring around our children. And, just different things, try to educate. Um, she's this one hurt. And y'all know all the stories hurt, but it's almost like you lose train of thought, you lose words. Once you keep hearing these kind of stories and you listen to them to try to gain understanding, the sad parts that come with not just the abuse, but other parts of the story that I want to talk to you guys about. And I got a little bit of her interview, Tashelle Martin took the life of Jamaria Sessions with the help of Jamaria's father. But Jamaria went through far more worse than just the abuse. And then when I heard Ty Shell's brother speak out, it disturbed me. It just that I gotta do that. Hey, Bird. Hey, love. What up, OG Jamel? I gotta really listen, and I want to observe the people that I'm dealing with. Anything about them, if I can get it, I want to go back to it. And before this was disturbing. I'm gonna turn the camera off for a second, guys, just to get these stories out. Let me put my background up. Miss Parker, Miss Parker. There I go. Can y'all hear in the chat? I know this story. I had to watch the full interrogation about 4 times. Wicked parents. Yes, Allison. Can y'all hear me? Shank said you froze. Hey, Mama Boo. Jamie Eisen was good. Okay. Hey, Monica. Okay, good, Allison. Okay, Allison said yes. So, this is Tashelle Martin, who took young Jamaria Sessions' life. This is what he had to say about the situation, and then we'll dialogue a little bit and get into the story of what happened to Jamaria Sessions.
Let me help y'all understand. First of all, and I'm only saying something because I see so many lies being posted, and I really don't care about what anybody really has to say. First of all, when I originally went live, my first live clearly said, "Hey, the people that's related to Jamaria, y'all do and say whatever y'all want. The other people that have nothing to do with the situation, don't know nothing about the situation. On my live, I said, y'all please shut the fuck up and let these crackers do their job. First of all, second of all, I never defended my sister on no live and ever said that she was innocent. And if I did, guess what? I did what I was supposed to do as her brother. I will never get on social media and ridicule my sister, whether she right or wrong, on no social media. I can do that to her myself. I don't have to get on social media and clear nothing up with none of y'all and ridicule her and bash her and make her feel like shit. Guess what? She has to take the things that she did. She has to take those things up with God. She has to take those things up with herself. And she has to take those things up with the justice system. Me, as her brother, I am going to support her. I am going to be there for her. I am going to continue to uplift and encourage her and pray for her because something was wrong for you to have took those necessary steps that you feel that something transpired that you had to get that angry. Y'all don't even know the how. Bitch, I've been crying for 3 days straight. Can't even motherfucking work. Bitch, everything that y'all learning, I learned it just when y'all learned it. I didn't live with my sister. I didn't stay there. I don't know what the fuck happened. So the same thing that y'all learning, when those reports are coming out, I'm learning the same shit as well. So guess what? In my mind, guess what? Damn, sis, is this true? Like, could you really have, like, what possessed you to be capable? I got so many motherfucking questions floating through my mind. But guess what? It ain't for social media. It ain't to turn up with y'all.
First of all, isn't he a little? And y'all, my camera's freezing, so I don't have it on at the moment, and I don't want to keep freezing up on you guys because I really don't know what's going on. Let me try to remove some stuff. Okay, I know I'm gonna freeze up, guys. Can y'all hear me? Make sure y'all can hear me. Hey, the real salute, my brother. Oh boy, salute Zila. I seen you come in. Salute Tony King. I seen you come in as well. Simply Erica. Hey, boo. Seen you come in. Okay, good. So we have the brother going off. Like, that's my sister. I don't care if she's right or wrong. I don't got to say nothing to her on the front scenes. I mean, this is your niece. Again, this is your niece. Where do we end this? Where do we end this, guys? Like, really? Because it's worldwide now. Her story is big. Thanks, guys. Simply, we're talking about the story of Jamaria Sessions, a young lady in Florida who's step well the father's boyfriend, the father's girlfriend took her life. Let me get it right, you guys, because this story's disturbing me already. But the brother saying, I don't gotta, do y'all agree with that? I don't gotta say nothing to my sister, right or wrong. I ain't gotta do this shit for the internet with y'all. Who asked? The public's always going to have something to say. The public is always and forever going to have something to say, and we know this. But you're mad at the wrong people, sir. But it's something he said in this that just disturbed my soul. Because I got to pay attention. She's 10. She's 9 at the time, but 10.
Because I don't give a fuck about y'all. Now, one of y'all. I don't care nothing about y'all, period. So guess what? I'm going to cry my tears while I'm at work and get through my job.
Y'all take that coming out where he's. I agree. It's for the internet. Okay. But Jamel, get the cuss word out. No cuss words in the chat, please.
And I'm going to talk to my motherfucking sister and I'm going to uplift and encourage her.
He said he's going to uplift his sister and encourage her. Is he wrong?
I'm going to talk to my grandma that's at home crying because her granddaughter is gone. I'm going to talk to my mama because she's missing her daughter. Yeah, I'm going to talk to the people that matter. Y'all don't matter. All this tagging me.
That's him, you guys. It's great. Come back there.
And saying what y'all want to say, it's irrelevant. I don't care. I don't care what y'all have to say at all. Because at the end of the day, my place in this situation is I'm her brother. I will never bash my sister on social media for y'all to enjoy. Fuck every last one of y'all who got something to say or who care anything about it. It's just never gonna happen. Third of all, people talk about, oh, you said the little girl, when the little girl died, you said the little girl was a demon. No, I never said the little girl was a demon. I said that something was clearly wrong with motherfucking Jamaria.
Listen how he just said that. Did y'all hear what her uncle just said? Hey, Desperate, I see you. Hey, Sister Positive, I see my riders. I see y'all. Hey, Real Vibe, Marie Phillips. Hey, he said, I mean, like, come on, Simply. This is his niece that's gone, no longer here. He said, no, I said, but it was something wrong with her. But I want you guys to hear what he said was wrong with her. That's what disturbed my spirit before we get into the story of Jamaria Sessions. This is the uncle.
Because you know what? I sat there and I had a question and I asked Jamaria, I talked to her. I said, Jamaria, you miss your mom? She said a little bit.
Now, y'all will hear the story about the mother. Sad situation. But listen to what he's saying. So he's asking this baby these questions. Well, if that's the case, you shouldn't have said anything at all. You need clicks and views. Yeah, sad. Pray for the devil and his sister. He get her the help she needs, weird ass people. Yeah, yeah. I hadn't heard this. Yeah. It is. Hey, Dominique. Hey.
I say, does it affect you that she's not here? She say, no. I say, Jamaria, you miss your sister? She say, a little bit. I say, does it affect you that you're not with your sister? She say, no. I say, Jamaria, so why do people keep telling me that you just your parents they buying and stealing people's stuff and doing all this? Jamaria say, because that's what makes sense to me. I say, so Jamaria, stealing, lying, and taking people's stuff and just doing what you want to do makes sense to you? She say, yes. Right then and fucking there, I knew something was fucking wrong with that child.
What? Did y'all hear the uncle? I said, oh my God. He said he knew something was wrong with her because he asked her does she miss her mother who passed away from leukemia, which y'all hear in the story. Then he persists to say, well, do you miss your sisters? Mm-hmm. Lazy. I said the same thing. I said the same thing. Hey, Kenya Boo, greetings. I'm not up on this story, so I'll be in the thickest listening and learning. Okay, Kenya, that's pretty deep. That's the uncle. Wow, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. I got goosebumps too, Lizzie. I got goosebumps. On site, she didn't care. She abused the child. She didn't care about the child being abused in front of, yeah, this was a sad one. Hey, Aries one, hey, love. This don't even make sense. The story don't even go together. Something wrong with these people. I'm at loss for words. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted y'all to hear what he was saying. He knew something was wrong with the baby because when her mama passed, he asked did it affect her. I don't expect a 9 or 10 year old to tell me, give me the effects of them losing their mother. You ask that baby some questions that no baby will be able to answer. She doesn't understand. She knows they're gone, but she doesn't understand. Hey, Porsche baby, Porsche. Like he said, that's when I knew something was wrong with her ass. You don't say. Growing up with your mother, a loving, caring mother, who, if God gave her another breath in her lungs and she could have fought like leukemia, her baby would still be here on earth with her. But God got other plans for the mother and Jamaria. She was crying from the heavens for her baby. Listening to this story, I know that Jamaria's mother was crying from heaven for God, let me give me my baby. All she endured. It was sad. Yeah, he is. He said he knew something was wrong with his niece because she couldn't answer a question of because she's stealing and lying. She lost her mother. She separated from her siblings. All she knew felt all the love went out the door when her mother passed. What are you talking about, sir? Come on, it out, Erica. Come on, let's go, desperate. Like you're great to hear what happened, Miss. You're great. You get to hear what happened, Tony. Okay. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. If you like what you're hearing, you can support the channel by purchasing a super sticker or a super chat or donating to the Cash App.
That doesn't mean she's the fucking devil because I said something was wrong with her. Y'all so dumb. But anyways, I ain't even clearing none of that up. Like I said, and I'm going to stay on this, and I even talked to Jamaria's uncle on social media. Man, R.I.P. to Jamaria. My last words to Jamaria was, I love you. And she said, I love you too. Everything else that y'all talking about, I don't care. I don't care. Y'all, just like y'all posted my sister on social media, she has a booking number. Write her. Go and text her and find out whatever y'all want to find out. Because anything else is irrelevant to me.
Thank you simply for the thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you, love. Lalisi said he didn't just say his niece, he talked like she was no relation. Right. So much hate for her. It was. And he said, I didn't say she was an effing devil. I just said there's something wrong with her. What? She thought she did these things that would send her to her grandmother. And that makes sense, Erlene. It really does. This let you see how they dealt with this child. She's a baby. Thank you, Zilla. Thank you. Thank you for the super stick. I appreciate it. Guys, I need 3 more to reach my goal. I need 3 more. What's so sad about this is the father believed the mother and did nothing about it until it was too late. And Allison, we're going to hear about him too in the story of this young baby.
My condolences are sent to the parents, to the family of Jamaria. This shit is crazy, bro. I can't believe I can't believe what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm done with it. I'm staying out of it. Y'all can make as many posts as y'all want, and I'm off this. Bye.
And I'm off this. Bye. I was lost for words. So this is another relative that hurt her because the mom is deceased. Yes. Thank you, Portia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for trying to help me reach my goal. Thank you. I have 2 more guys, so please help me reach that. And let's get into the story of what happened to Jamaria Sessions. I know a lot of these stories are hard to digest. This one is going to be one of those. Let's brace ourselves, everybody. Just go and brace yourself for me. Hold on, guys. Let me try to pull it up again. All right, here we go.
In Montford, Florida, there was a 9-year-old little girl named Jamaria Sessions.
Thank you, Suntan. I appreciate you. Thank you, Kenya. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I really do. And hey, Vibrant, I see you. Allison said trigger warning. Yeah, that's a trigger warning, guys.
Whose life should have been filled with laughter and joy, focused on making new friends and exploring the world around her. Instead, she lived under a heavy cloud of anxiety due to her dad's girlfriend. This woman treated her cold and indifferent, showing affection only to her biological children, which left Jamaria feeling utterly alone and unwanted. For months, Jamaria felt the weight of the tension in the house. Every sharp word from her dad's girlfriend cut through the air, and dismissive glances made Jamaria feel invisible. While the girlfriend's children received praise and encouragement, Jamaria faced a constant barrage of criticism. She learned to walk on eggshells, always careful not to say or do anything that might provoke anger. Jamaria's dad was aware of the mounting tension, but chose to ignore it. At times, he even encouraged his girlfriend's harsh behavior, insisting that Jamaria should be more disciplined. This left her feeling betrayed. She watched him laugh and smile with his girlfriend and her kids, wishing for a moment of kindness directed at her.
Yes, it is, Lizzie. Hey, Twitch and my riders. Salute. Hey, Barbara. She said, I hope this is the one. The baby, the father. Your granddaughter's name is Jamaria Sessions. Okay. This is Jamaria. That's wow. So we have a baby sitting here, lost her mother due to leukemia. You will hear that down the road. I see you, Raw. I know Lalizi. Not only is the stepmother taunting her, the dad's girlfriend, but the kids are taunting her. She's treating the other kids better on purpose. And to make matters worse, your father is participating. But it gets worse.
Instead of making friends and forging connections outside of the home, she felt like a shadow in her own life, always lurking, always trying to be unseen, yet desperate for attention and love. Every room in this house of horrors felt stifling. The air buzzed with unspoken fears, and the atmosphere was thick with negativity. The walls, instead of offering comfort, seemed to amplify Jamaria's sense of isolation. With no safe place to retreat to, she felt trapped in a world that should have been her sanctuary. The corners of her life, once bright with possibilities, and the promise of new friendships, became dark and suffocating. As months dragged on, the oppressive environment became unbearable. The flicker of hope Jamaria once held began to fade, replaced by a growing sense of despair. Jamaria wanted to believe that things could change, that her dad would finally see her pain and take action to protect her. But as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, she started to feel that nothing would ever improve. The silence in the house grew louder, filled with her unexpected fears, and harsh words turned into kicks, punches, and slaps. In her heart, Jamaria clung to a small dream, moments when she was once happy, when laughter would fill the air, and when she could play freely with her friends. She imagined sunny days at the park, surrounded by kids who cared and included her in their games. But those moments grew fewer and farther in between, and her spirit began to fade. The love and connection she craved seemed forever out of reach, leaving her feeling defeated. Ultimately, her life was cut tragically short. In those final brutal moments, Jamaria's struggle for safety and love revealed the devastating consequences of neglect and indifference. The laughter and joy that should have filled her life vanished, leaving behind a deafening silence where a vibrant childhood should have blossomed. This is the story of Jamaria Faith Sessions. Jamaria Faith Sessions, affectionately referred to as Mari, was born on January 15th, 2015, the eldest of two daughters born to parents Tadrina Dort and Lawan Sessions. Mari was a beautiful, smart, and loving little girl that loved her family, especially her little sister. Mari was known to be her sister's keeper. When you saw one, you almost always saw the other. Mari, along with her sister, were
Yeah, I caught that, Vibrant. I caught her saying that. Yeah, I don't know if Miss Tony is saying she's related to the people or her granddaughter is. I'm just not sure. But salute, Mel, salute, Pam. I seen you, boo. Yeah. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. Hey, boo. She said, "We're baby girl. This story is just too sad." Yeah. We're gonna get through it and then we're gonna come back. But Miss Tony, you can let us know. Are you saying your granddaughter's kin to this young lady?
students at the Grassy Lake Elementary School. She liked to sing, wear different colors in her hair, and make videos with her sister. Mari had big dreams of one day becoming a veterinarian. Tadrina was a single mother, raising her two daughters on her own with the help and support of her family. Tadrina, Mari, and Mari's little sister had a beautiful bond. Tadrina absolutely loved and adored her daughters. Tadrina and Lawan were no longer together and had a tumultuous relationship while trying to co-parent, and it got a whole lot worse when Lawan started dating Tyshell Martin. Tyshell Martin had two older daughters from a previous relationship and a daughter whom she shared with Lawan Sessions. And during my investigation, I discovered Lawan only had two pictures of Mari on his social media accounts. None of Mari's sister, but several of the child that he shared with Tyshell Martin. At some point, Tadrina was diagnosed with leukemia, and during her difficult battle with this horrible disease, she tried twice to get injunctions against Tyshell Martin due to ongoing violence, threats, and harassment. Tadrina's mom, Miss Abdil Chenault, painfully described one incident of harassment towards her daughter. During one of Tadrina's hospital stays, Tyshell Martin took to Facebook to write disgusting messages, wishing death on her. A clear indication of a woman with a black heart and a rotten soul. Unfortunately, Tadrina lost her battle with congestive heart failure in September of 2022 after bravely overcoming leukemia at just 24 years old. Following her passing, Mari and her younger sister were placed in the sole custody of their maternal grandmother, Miss Althea Chenault. During this time, LaJuan Sessions was facing legal troubles, particularly involving incidents related to children. In January of 2019, Sessions was accused of fleeing from a Haines City Police Department officer after the officer discovered a bag of illegal substances in plain view inside of the vehicle he was driving during a traffic stop. The officer had placed the bag of the suspected illegal substances on the roof of Sessions' car and asked him to exit the car. Instead, Sessions put the car in drive and sped off. He collided with the car driven by an undercover Polk County deputy and subsequently crashed into a palm tree. Tyshell Martin was in the passenger seat, holding a small unrestrained child in her lap, while 3 young girls were in the back seat, not wearing seatbelts, resulting in 2 children being airlifted to Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. And according to court documents, Jamaria was not among those children. LaJuan Sessions was arrested on multiple charges, including 4 counts of child neglect, possession of illegal substances with the intent to sell, trafficking in illegal substances, possession of a vehicle while trafficking, possession of marijuana, fleeing from a law enforcement at high speed, possession of a paraphernalia, and driving with a suspended license. He later pleaded guilty, as recorded in court documents, and received a sentence of 5 years in prison, followed by 5 years of probation. Following his release from prison, Sessions went to the Grassy Lake Elementary School in Orange County and picked up Jamaria and her younger sister, without Althea's knowledge or permission, in October of 2023. And in December of 2023, Mari's sister moved in with LaJuan's mother due to the problems she was causing in the relationship between Tyshell and LaJuan. And according to affidavits in this case, the Lake County Sheriff's Office believed Mari's mistreatment began shortly after she started living with the couple. In December, a school resource officer at Grassy Lake Elementary noticed that Mari and her sister were frequently missing school, prompting him to request a welfare check. A deputy visited their home and spoke with LaJuan. During the conversation, LaJuan attributed the girls' absences to the impact of their mother's passing, suggesting that they were struggling to cope with the loss. He indicated that the emotional aftermath of their mother's death was affecting their ability to attend school regularly. In March, the Florida Department of Children and Families contacted the Sheriff's Office after receiving anonymous complaints and complaints from Mari's family regarding concerns that Tyshell might be mistreating Mari's younger sister. According to Lieutenant Harrell, the call has become the subject of an open administrative investigation due to concerns of how the employees handled it. That same month, Mari was taken to the hospital with severe bite wounds from Tyshell Martin's dog. A neighbor told news sources that they had previously contacted animal control about the dogs and had also reported concerns to DCF. Some residents in the neighborhood grew increasingly concerned in May when they noticed the girls were once again out of school. The sheriff's office reported that there had been other calls to DCF regarding this home, although a few were considered too vague to warrant further investigation. On May 31st, Tyshell Martin, along with her biological children, Mari and her mother, traveled to Miami, where they stayed until June 2nd in preparation for a cruise. They were set to return on June 9th. LaJuan Sessions did not join the cruise due to being on felony probation. And on June 10th, Tyshell Martin texted LaJuan claiming that her mother took Mari back to California with her, but it was later revealed that that was untrue. Luan Sessions, who no longer resided in the household due to domestic disputes, went to the home in Mount Verde that very same evening. However, over the course of the next few days, he did not see or hear from Mari, and he believed that she was in California with Tyshell's mother. On June 12th, Lawan and Tyshell had an argument during which she sprayed him with bug spray while he was sleeping, and he left the following day, leaving Mari behind. On June 16th, Tyshell drove Mari to the airport with others to catch a flight to California. They stopped at a store where Tyshell gave Mari a Gatorade and a banana because she was not feeling well. After eating the banana, Mari vomited, and when they arrived at the airport, Mari expressed discomfort while walking through the parking lot. Tyshell attempted to find a wheelchair, which caused them to miss the flight. The flight was rescheduled for June 25th, and they returned home to Mount Verde. And sometime after returning home, a person whose name was redacted from the affidavit claimed she was doing Mari's hair using boiling water from a kettle. Allegedly, she saturated Mari's hair with boiling water to straighten it, which she claimed accidentally landed on her right foot. The person later...
Let's stop for a minute, y'all, and conversate from... Oh, my goodness. So, how do you boil water on the stove in a kettle? Y'all know when that water hit that baby's feet, how she felt? How do you leave a home and leave your daughter behind? And y'all already in a domestic. She sprayed bug spray in your eye while you was asleep. That should let you know what she feels about your child. But in the midst of that, you wake up because she did that to you, but you suddenly forget that you have a responsibility there. Hey, Foxy, I see you come in, love. And Twitch, and I think I said, hey, sis. But yeah, how do you leave your child behind? You just totally forget that that's your child?
They're told detectives that Mari did not complain of pain and was wearing a compression sock due to a prior ankle injury.
To say that baby didn't feel that pain when that hot water from that kettle hit her foot, and she's wearing a compression sock for another child, I can't.
No one took Mari for medical treatment for the burn or the ankle injury. And on June 16th, when the sock was removed from her foot, it took off the skin where the boiling water had landed. Shortly before 5 a.m. on June 17th, Lake County EMS was dispatched to 16017 Harbor Oaks Drive in Monteverde after receiving a report of an unresponsive child believed to have been made by Tyshell Martin. She's not responding. And the 911 dispatcher coaches her on how to give CPR until the paramedics arrive. She's not responding.
I understand, but this is the best we can do right now until they arrive. You're doing fantastic. This is helping.
Upon arrival, they quickly determined that Mari was deceased. During their assessment, they observed multiple injuries on Jamaria's body, including a significant number of abrasions, small puncture wounds, burns, possible bite marks, and bruising in various stages of healing. Lake EMS requested that Lake County Sheriff's Office respond after noticing rigor mortis in Jamaria's jaw. When questioned about what happened to Mari, Tyshell told authorities that she woke up that morning to catch a flight to California with Mari and several other children to meet up with Mari's father, LaJuan Sessions, who had left for California just a few days earlier. This statement was later determined to be false when LaJuan Sessions arrived on the scene shortly after. When LaJuan Sessions arrived on the scene, he appeared to be shocked to learn that his daughter had been at the residence since June 9th, as he believed that she was in California, allegedly. He informed detectives that he and Tyshell had been arguing recently, which had strained their relationship and prompted him to move in with his mother in Ocoee. During the investigation, authorities interviewed several people surrounding Mari's death, one being Tyshell's 17-year-old daughter. She informed detectives that she, her mother, and LaJuan frequently used physical discipline on Mari. This includes wall sits, running in place, treadmill exercises, and hitting her with objects both above and below the waist, as well as depriving her of toys and electronics. During interviews with the Department of Children and Families, it was disclosed that while each child had their own room, Mari was often forced to sleep on the sofa or on a crib mattress in another child's room. Detectives also discovered that Tyshell Martin had been alone in a room with Mari throughout the night of June 16th until Mari was found deceased. Tyshell claimed that she had been asleep from 6 p.m. on June 16th until 4 a.m. on June 17th.
In the baby, James, baby Jamaria Sessions.
Except for a brief phone call from her mother at midnight. However, evidence later contradicted this claim. During a preliminary examination of Mari by the medical examiner, multiple injuries consistent with maltreatment were observed across her small body. These include superficial lacerations indicative of being pinched with significant force, facial swelling, broken teeth, blood in her left ear, a penetrating wound behind her ear, and numerous contusions. During a formal interview about Jamaria's injuries, Tyshell explained that they resulted from falling off the treadmill and down a flight of stairs. She also claimed that the lacerations were a reaction to an unknown cause. To investigate further, a blood detection method called Blue Star Forensic was applied to the treadmill and nearby areas, but no blood was found. However, blood was discovered on the stairs and in the master bathtub and in a hallway leading to a closet, indicating a significant event had occurred. According to court documents, on June 17th, Tyshell consented to a search of her cell phone, which revealed images of the brutal mistreatment of Jamaria, as well as messages in which someone accused Tyshell of mistreatment. Other messages showed that Tyshell often bragged about the creative ways she disciplined Jamaria. And on June 18th, during Jamaria's autopsy, the medical examiner noted numerous superficial injuries covering most of her body, suggesting they were inflicted intentionally. The autopsy also revealed that Jamaria suffered from rhabdomyolysis, a condition related to rapid breakdown of muscle tissue. The medical examiner deemed Jamaria Sessions' death as a homicide after concluding that she died of multiple blunt injuries to the head, torso, and extremities, and thermal injury of the right foot. On June 20th, BCF filed for a dependency shelter hearing. 5 days later, on June 25th, a judge issued a ruling that Tyshell was prohibited from having contact with the children. However, the very next day, the caretaker reported that Tyshell had been reaching out to the children via cell phones and other devices. And in response, the devices were confiscated and a search warrant was issued to examine the children's devices. According to court documents, during the investigation, detectives executed a search warrant to obtain video footage from the family's home security system. One set of recordings from the night of June 15th reportedly shows Jamaria being viciously attacked by the family's 103-pound Rottweiler, while Tyshell Martin allegedly directed the attack while holding the dog's leash. But the attack didn't stop there. The brutality escalated. After the months-long investigation, and after sifting through video footage, text messages, and conducting interviews, it was concluded that Jamaria Sessions was a victim of continuous and prolonged abuse at the hands of Tyshell Martin, and she was arrested on the evening of August 29th near her Montford home and subsequently charged with the murder of Jamaria Sessions. I'm going to warn you, what you're about to hear is very disturbing.
Lake County authorities have arrested a woman in the murder of a 9-year-old girl.
That's right. Tyshell Martin was dating and at times living with the girl's father, but Martin is the only one charged. West 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox has the disturbing details about this case.
No answer at this home in a middle-class neighborhood near Lake Apopka's North Shore, but the Lake County Sheriff's Office says inside, 9-year-old Jamaria Sessions was tortured, beaten, burned, bitten, and kicked until she died June 17.
There's just really no way to wrap one's mind around this. When you read this type of abuse and this type of behavior, there's no answer. No matter what type of answers we get, it's not going to explain it. It's not going to account for it. It's just literally unfathomable.
We do have a private attorney.
You have a private attorney? Okay.
34-year-old Tyshell Martin has been arrested and charged with murder. She's the girlfriend of the child's father, who, so far, is not a suspect in this deadly abuse case. The girl attended Grassy Lake Elementary School with at least one of her siblings. I talked with some of the neighbors here, and they didn't want to talk to us on camera, but they did say that it was not unusual for animal control and law enforcement to be here at this home. The arrest affidavit reveals some answers. Security cameras in the home not only captured physical abuse, but at one point, Sessions being viciously attacked by the family pet, a 103-pound male Rottweiler, as Jamaria was just out of frame. However, Tyshell Martin could be seen holding the leash of the dog and is heard encouraging the dog to bite Jamaria Sessions as Jamaria laid on the floor. Detectives say the home security videos show constant abuse.
They got the act of Tyshell Martin severely, savagely beating Jamaria in the nights leading up to her death.
Martin is being held without bond, pending her arraignment next month. In Lake County, Greg Fox, West 2 News.
West 2 News tried to speak with Jamaria Sessions' father, but he did not return our messages.
In the beginning of this story, I talked about Mari's dad, LaJuan Sessions, and the role he played in her untimely demise. How he moved out of the home and left his daughter with this monster. Well, according to the arrest affidavit, although he was not believed to have been present when Jamaria died, it stated that he had allowed Tyshell Martin to mistreat his daughter excessively, and on several occasions even encouraged or participated in the brutality himself. And just 2 days after her arrest, he too was arrested and charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child.
LaJuan Sessions was arrested today on child abuse allegations. His girlfriend is already behind bars. She's charged with murdering 9-year-old Jamaria Sessions. Deputies say this is one of the worst cases of child abuse they've ever seen. Stephanie Buffamonte spoke exclusively with Jamaria's grandmother. So Stephanie, she's Jamaria's paternal grandmother, which means she's also LaJuan Sessions' mother. What does she have to say about all this? She tells me that if her son is found guilty, he's going to have to pay for his crimes and pay for being involved in his own daughter's murder. She says knowing what she does now, she wishes she could have done more.
She was failed. It does not matter. She didn't tell me. I didn't see it. When I saw her, she didn't have any bruises on her.
Roxana Payne's son, Lawan Sessions, is charged with aggravated manslaughter in the death of his daughter, 9-year-old Jamaria Sessions. Lawan's girlfriend, Tashelle Martin, was arrested earlier this week for murdering the little girl.
For his part, he has to pay. For her part, she has to pay.
Court records say Jamaria was tortured, brutally beaten, and died from multiple injuries, including blunt force trauma to her head and torso in June. According to the arrest affidavit, evidence on his phone shows Lawan did encourage, suggest, plan, permit, and assist Martin in extreme physical abuse. In text messages, he and Martin joked about the abuse and made comments about boot camp and creating a torturous environment where Jamaria would suffer long sessions of extreme exercise and abuse.
In October, a notice of intent filed states that Tashelle Martin could face the death penalty if convicted of first-degree murder. The assistant state attorney highlighted 5 aggravating factors that would justify seeking the death penalty, including the particular heinous nature of the crime, the victim's age under 12 years old, and the vulnerability due to Tashelle Martin's position of custodial authority. I can't imagine the pain of not only losing a child, but also losing a grandchild just 2 years later, especially when that grandchild was the child of the one you've already lost. My heart goes out to this family, and I've been praying for their healing. Miss Althea Chenault and her entire family truly needs our support right now. And if Jamaria's family happens to see this message, please know, while I may not have much, I'm here for you. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Sessions for aggravated manslaughter of a child.
You're supposed to protect your kids, and he didn't protect them. He let her down.
I spoke with Althea Chenault at her home a day after Jamaria's father, Lawan, was arrested for his daughter's death. He was arrested 2 days after his girlfriend, Martin, who deputies say tortured and physically abused Jamaria up until her death back in June.
We miss her, man. We miss, especially the one that's never come up. We never gonna see her again. Last time I saw her was the day he took her from school alive. Next time I saw her in the casket.
Chenault says Jamaria loved animals, wanted to be a veterinarian, and was inseparable from her little sister.
She was our sister keeper. Because every time you see one, you see the other. That was the sweetest little girl in the world. And when she went to her other grandmother's house, they saw the marks on her and just brushed it off like nothing.
Chenault says for years, signs of abuse were apparent. She says since her daughter tragically died in 2022, she's been back and forth with Child Protective Services to get custody of the girls.
I blame the system, yes I do. CPS and the courts, because if they would have just one person care in their heart about this child and listen to us when we were saying, she wouldn't be there right now.
It's truly heartbreaking to see the devastating rise in children being killed by their parents or their parents' partners. The fact that these tragedies are happening at an alarming rate is almost unimaginable. Each life is lost is a reminder to the urgent need for change and awareness. We cannot stay silent. We have to stand up and speak out and fight for the safety and well-being of our children. It's time for us to come together and make sure that this stops.
Sessions for aggravated manslaughter of a child.
You're supposed to protect your kids, and he didn't protect them. He let her down.
I spoke with Althea Chenault at her home a day after Jamaria's father, Lawan, was arrested for his daughter's death. He was arrested 2 days after his girlfriend, Martin, who deputies say tortured and physically abused Jamaria up until her death back in June.
We miss her, man. We miss, especially the one that's never come up. We never gonna see her again. Last time I saw her was the day he took her from school alive. Next time I saw her in the casket.
Chenault says Jamaria loved animals, wanted to be a veterinarian, and was inseparable from her little sister.
She was our sister keeper. Because they was every time you see one, you see the other. That was the sweetest little girl in the world. And when she went to her other grandmother's house, they saw the marks on her and just brushed it off like nothing.
Chanot says for years, signs of abuse were apparent. She says since her daughter tragically died in 2022, she's been back and forth with Child Protective Services to get custody of the girls.
I blame the system, yes I do. CPS and the courts, because if they would have just one person care in their heart about this child and listen to us what we were saying, she wouldn't be dead right now.
As of the date of this recording, both Tyshell Martin and LaJuan Sessions are being held at Lake County Jail with no bond. This case is still actively ongoing, but if I hear or see any new substantial developments, I will come back and update you guys.
Give me a second, guys. Let me take this background down. Whew. The story of Jamaria Sessions. I see y'all commenting how horrific this was, and the fact that the father participated. And the grandma knew about the bruises, which we could clearly tell because it went unnoticed. So all the bruises that she endured, I know that okay. All right, Sagittarius. Thank you for coming through. But all that she endured, and the father knew and participated and said he was going to make it one of the worst times for his own child. After losing your mother to leukemia, all the love that you once known is gone. No longer here. So many questions ran through that baby's head. And we have the uncle saying she's not a demon, but it's something wrong with ass. We have Tyshell still sitting there as if she didn't take the life of Jamaria Sessions. How empty did that baby feel on the inside? And she's another one who I always look for the pictures of them smiling. And every time I do these cases, I'm going to say, when I see these babies smiling, I always say, but you was in so much pain. You was going hungry. 100-pound Rottweiler, can y'all imagine? I got two pits. For whoever said it, I got two pits. Portia. And can you imagine her directing that dog to attack that baby? How she burnt that baby's foot. How this baby had another ankle injury due to this woman. And nobody ever even cared. All her wounds had to self-heal. Even love, it had to self-heal. None of the adults protected her, treated her like she was nobody. Sad. And the CPS let her down again because the grandmother, the baby's mother's mother, fought for her because she said the bruises. She seen a difference. She paid attention. And this is what she got. This was her answer. For another failed case by the CPS. And I say to you guys, are doomed. Our youth is doomed. She said none of the adults protected her, treated her like she was a nobody. Sad. The baby suffered severely. She was alone. Your sister's gone. Your mom's gone. And even her child, even the child. Hey, Nika. Even the child, her kids testified that they did things to the little girl too, as instructed, and how they enjoy doing it. Imagine that. Hey, Paula. Imagine children also adding fuel to the fire when the baby already feels alone. He only had 2 pictures of Jamaria Faith sessions on his social media. The rest was of him and his and her baby. Who is jealous? We had another case where somebody's jealous of a child. The signs was there. He participated. So the signs was there. They also said the baby's nipples was taken off her body. I don't know if tortured is the word of. Come on, look, the baby's nipples. The, hey, when I say I've had enough, I've had enough. She cried out for her mother. She didn't know. And for the man that said something was wrong with her because she didn't express emotions, because I could only imagine how you was if you was like that online and that aggressive. You was so aggressive. I could only imagine how you was with the baby. Her mother screamed and cried to God from the heavens that she was in from battling leukemia and lost her life and heart failure. She begged God, please get my baby out of that situation. Bring her to me. Hey, sis. The story of Jamaria Sessions. For once, not let down by the mother, but let down by the father. I guess God had other plans for Jamaria. Sometimes it's not that I hate doing these stories, I just hate what happened to the babies. And on top of what happened to the babies, sometimes when I know they in heaven, I'd rather for them to be there. I'd rather for her to be with her mother in heaven than to keep enduring that kind of torture. Could you imagine? This baby's nipples are gone, cutting, burning, broken bones. And only to see Jamaria Faith Sessions, which is a beautiful name for that angel for real. Jamaria Faith Sessions, crying in a corner, laying on what they say, the mat you put in the baby bed, treated like dirt. When only you're at an age you don't even know what that feels like. You don't know what you're enduring even supposed to mean or feel like, just confused. Still at an age not understanding her mother's death. Something was wrong with the baby, and that's the adults in her life after her mother passed, all right? She said, all right, I agree, sis. God had nothing to do with her abuse. Mm-mm. My darling Miss Parker, as you move through your assignment, bringing awareness to this darkness, please make sure you're releasing the negative energy and spiritual cleansing yourself. Right, Earth Angel, and welcome. Pure Demonic is going to hunt those kids up until they grown-ups for the rest of their life, knowing they participate in the torture of that little girl. It is. It is. The more I do these stories, and Earth Angel, you are so right. You have to spiritually cleanse, because I'm like Dominique. This demonic, and to know when Jamari Sessions just was waiting on her dad to be the hero, not even knowing what a hero was, but somebody to save her. And when she looks and sees her father, only to see him laughing and participating in her torture. with the last seconds and moments of Jamaria Sessions' life was cruel. I'm gonna keep sharing these stories with you guys. I am, because this baby's name definitely needs to ring volumes. It's like so many other babies like her around the world, but this, and this is a man. Again, we always talk about the ladies and the red flags. It doesn't pick a gender of what, you know what I'm saying, who's what kind of devil we're gonna allow into our homes, if you get what I'm saying. They can be the cleanest, nicest person on the outside, but on the inside is so dark, demonic, and ugly and stained. But when you participate, I have no words. And for the babies that tortured this baby, that had to participate in this, is a bill needs to be passed in these kids' names. Absolutely. If anybody knows how to do that, send me the information. It definitely does. You're right, James. It does. That's why I'm glad I went and did my research. And thank you, Lisa. Welcome. I'm glad I did my research on this story and kind of looked it up, and not to bring it to y'all to be sick to your stomachs, just head all over the place, but just to bring awareness that Jamaria Sessions is happening in homes all over America, and how we definitely got a fight ahead of us to get CPS to do the right thing toward these kids. We are in for a fight to save these kids. Because all we're going to get is the same thing. Work overload. Someone said that. You come and do the job. Somebody being nasty instead of, what can we do to help? What can we do? What difference can we help y'all make to save these kids from being in these positions where nobody gets help? Nobody. See, I've seen a lot of ladies come in the chat and say, hey, Juanita, it happened to me. It happened to me. It happened to me. And it happened to me. But in today's time, the stories that we're doing of these children is unaliving, missing. Very rare do we hear these stories and say, and a child said, this happened to me. Hey, this happened to me. Hey, Kenyatta. Hey, love. This happened to me. We don't have that in today's time. Today's time is a little bit more gruesome, a little bit more sickening. That mama came and got her baby. Yes, she did. I believe that. I believe that. But we keep having these same stories. Thank you, Juanita. Over and over and over with the same ending result. And it's the participants now. It's no longer people outside the home. It's in the home. Stories used to resonate different. It was the neighbor, a family friend, a family member, but not in the home. But now it's in the home. And again, pay attention to the participation. We're covering other stories over here, guys. Remember the participation of participants of these loved ones, who you look in your eyes and think that's where you're supposed to get your love from. And when you don't, Yeah, I touched on the case of Jamaria Sessions in Florida. Dad's girlfriend took her life, tortured her. So, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys helped me reach my goal, which is so important to me. With me just starting and wanting to bring great content and do other things with you guys over here. Still learning in the process of going to make things happen. No excuses for anything. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. Do y'all notice how all of these demonic cases involving these spiritually sick men and women are being revealed back to back? They are. These people are awful. Yes, ma'am. Very awful. Carmen says CPS is overloaded because parents are failing their children. It starts with the parents. Yeah, and it does, Carmen. It does. I agree. But then where does the generational curse stop with the CPS? Where it's not involvement. And we're doing this now. We're doing kids unalived. Bruises overlooked. Where a child could have been saved. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Jesus, we need to save these kids. Yes. I'm coming right back, you guys. I have another live set up. Hope to see each and every one of y'all there. When I do these lives, Carmen, they're not to come down on CPS, but make awareness of another what's come when I hear something out of the people's mouths that's in the situation that made a report and nothing happened. And this is an end result, I'm gonna report on it. I'm gonna talk about it. Because it's happening so much in these cases. Hey, Murray Moore, welcome. Hey, love, thank you for coming through. We're talking about it every day, and the more you do the stories, the more CPS was involved. Rika Roundtree, they felt that baby when the mother used to make Rika at the age of 7. The stepmother used to make her stand with canned goods in her hand for 8 to 9 to 10 hours at 7. And if she felt like her arms was going down at the age of 7, she'd add another one. And the kids did the same thing in the Rika Roundtree story. And CPS was reported but did nothing until she was unalived. And then it was a report from the CPS. We give the family our condolences. Aren't we hearing that far often? Aren't we hearing that at the end of each of these cases, the CPS, you give your condolences, but why didn't you give the help? If YouTube was giving out awards for good content, you will be one of them. Thank you, James. Thank you. I know one thing, I've never felt so okay with being single. Alicia, okay? Okay? Thanks you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. And also, we're going to talk about another case that I'm doing where CPS dropped the ball. Overload or not, we do need a change. I'm not saying nobody's overwhelmed, overloaded with work, but we gotta get a change. We gotta get a change to save these kids. I'm hearing CPS felt over and over, just being honest. I mean, twitching. That's all I keep getting. And I get that some people might be social workers and be like, we got enough work. I never said that. But see, I'm that work. And I can't say everybody's me. But I'm one of them, when I step into a position, I go above and I go beyond. And especially when it comes to looking at cases. And I don't got to be a caseworker to hear stories. But I want to be exceptional. And even being a content creator to save a child's life, to get in a mother's head. Hopefully a father's head. To say it's not too late to save your child. something gotta change. This is happening too often. Hey, Squeak, absolutely, Juanita. She said, yes, Miss Parker. And I'm just being honest, y'all. I'm just covering these names in these stories. These names mean something to me at this point. Something that I'm not taking so light and sensitive. So sorry if I don't feel how you feel if you are a caseworker at that moment. Sorry if you've been in a family that's failed a child and you're just feeling a little guilty, and I'm just the one, I guess, because I'm covering it, I'm going to be the punching bag. I am absolutely not. I am absolutely not. I'm going to cover these cases and I'm going to express my opinion. And if the shoe fits, damn it, wear it. I'm not going to explain myself for my feelings, especially when it comes to these kids. She said, yes, ma'am, Miss Parker. Thanks, you guys, again. It was 73. Okay, since I'm right ending now, I'm right go live in just a few, okay? I got a couple more things to look at. I am. Okay, Portia, I am. And I already said that before Carmen jumped down. I just said somebody's going to say that. Thanks, you guys, so much for pulling up to Switching Lanes with Miss Parker. Miss Parker, I hope to see each and every one of you guys back with me at 10:45. I'm going to refresh, get my throat together, take some medicine, and come back. And we're gonna kick it, and we're gonna break some stuff down. You guys will see. 51, hit the like on your way out, please, and thank you. 51 got to hit the like button. So you mean only 10? If that. Love you too, Shay. It's not that bad over here, guys. I'm telling you. Hit that like button. See you guys in just a few, okay? Thank you so much.